So early access Amazon Prime Day started this morning, and there's already a whole bunch of crazy smart home deals that are starting to pop up over the next few days throughout early access and Prime Day. I'm gonna be showing you the deals as they pop up and as I discover them. But let's get started with some of the best smart home deals that are on Amazon Prime right now. So I've already talked about this one once, but it's the best smart home deal I've ever seen, and it's still up. You can get 2 smart bulbs and an Amazon Alexa for $18. These 2 smart bulbs are normally $30 alone. Pair that with the Alexa for $18 is a crazy deal. You can upgrade the Alexa to an Echo Show or an Echo Dot for just a few bucks more, but just for getting the bulbs alone, never mind with the Echo that comes with it for $18 is insane. This deal is still up, but I don't know how long it'll last for. You can check it out in my bio if you want to grab one of these yourself. Best deals from the last Amazon Prime Day, and they've brought it back. So you can get 2 Blink wireless cameras for $30. These things are great little indoor security cameras. They do 1080p, night vision, recording, 2-way audio, everything you'd expect, and they're only $30 for 2 of them. Highly recommend copying these. Even if you don't need them, these cameras are always great to have for that odd moment you might. More deals on the Blink cameras. So they have an outdoor version as well. These things are fully wireless. They have batteries that last for 2 years, night vision, everything you need for outdoor wireless security cameras. They're all on sale, but the more you buy, the cheaper they are. You can get 5 of these for $189. They're normally like $400 for 5 of them. You can get 5 of them for $189. That's such a cheap cost per camera for a wireless security camera. You can buy less, like 1, 2, 3, but the costs are a little bit more per camera. If you really want to get a full security setup going, 5 cameras for this much is insane. All right, last one because I'm running out of time here, but there's lots more of these videos to come in the next few days. There's a 4-pack of TP-Link's Kasa smart plugs on for $23. That's less than $6 a smart plug. TP-Link Kasa's line is a very reputable line of smart home products. You can trust that they're good. They work with all the smart home environments except for Apple HomeKit, so important to keep in mind if that's you. But it's always good to have extra smart plugs around, especially if you're going in the holiday season, bunch of different lights, blah, blah, blah. For $23 for 4 of these things, it's a really hard deal to pass up. So that was the first of many Amazon Prime Day smart home finds that you'll see from me over the next few days. These videos will be super scrappy, and I'll kind of just make them as I see the deals come up. As always, you'll be able to find them in my bio over there. Make sure you toss me a follow if you're not already, so you can keep up with these things as they come up. Thanks for watching. So I recently bought this really cheap smart sink from AliExpress that I could tap with my finger to turn on and off. I want to try to hack this sink to see if I could connect it to my smart home so I command it to pour me certain volumes of water and turn it on and off remotely. I'm going to see if we can do this for under $10. So let's dive into this. Okay, this little box here connected to the tubes is the one with all the electronics in it. Let's take this out. Let's open it up and see if we can figure out how it works. Now that we've got it opened up, we've got a solenoid here, which is an electronically controlled valve, and this little box here, which is probably some sort of relay. Let's see if we could reverse engineer it. So after messing around with this thing here, I've learned that this thing talks through a digital signal, not analog. You can see here when I tap the faucet here, it switches from a 0 to a 1. This makes things a lot more complicated to reverse engineer this, so I'm going to take a pretty easy cop out. So instead, I'm going to wire this relay directly to the valve, and then I'll just have my wireless system and the actual touch system work totally independently from one another. Once I wire up that relay, I'm going to wire up this Wi-Fi Arduino board and connect this to my smart home system. I then should have full smart home control over my sink. Okay, I got it prototyped out here. I have this turning on and off automatically every second. I don't know if you could hear that, but it is triggering the solenoid valve on the tap, and that's happening 100% independently of all the other systems. Okay, got it all set up and coded. As you see now, I have a device here in my smart home in Apple HomeKit where I can turn on and off the faucet. You could hear the valve clicking as I do that. So we got this bundled back up nicely. The only difference now is we have this extra wire coming off here with our relay and our Arduino. Let's install it under the sink. So we're officially all wired up here. I've just got it running off batteries right now while I test this out. But as you can see, I have a faucet here in my smart home, and when I turn that on, the water turns on, and when I turn it off, the water turns off. This is honestly so cool. Now that I have access to this thing in my smart home, I'm able to do some really cool automations. Like this one. Hey Siri, pour me 2 cups of water. Or this. Hey Siri, fill my water bottle. That's done. Making automations like this is surprisingly easy too. First what I did is I figured out what the flow rate is of the water by filling up 5 cups worth of water and seeing how long that takes. I then have the cups per second rate that the water flows at. I can then use that conversion to ask it to pour out pretty much any volume of water I want. Or I can manually program it to fill certain vessels I use commonly, like my water bottle. And of course, like all of our smart home devices, we retain both the smart control and the manual control of the device. So I could not be more happy with how this thing turned out. I'm going to refine it a little bit more, put everything in a project box, hardwired up to the dishwasher's power, but everything seems to be working really well. I'm going to use this for a few weeks before I do any detailed tutorials on it because it is inherently sketchy having your water be able to be controlled electronically. But if I see this working, I will happily make more follow-up videos on how exactly I did this. If you guys have any more questions or want to see any more details on this thing, or you have any cool ideas on how I can utilize it, let me know. This is one of those projects that was meant to be kind of silly, but I think I'm actually going to get a ton of use out of this. And honestly, having this whole thing built, including the tap, for under $100 is pretty incredible. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.